My name is David Fritz and this is my story in 90 seconds. I grew up in Freiburg, a city in the southeast of Germany, surrounded by deep forest and beautiful mountains of the Schwarzwald. Music has always been a part of my life. I started playing the flute when I was 7 years old, competed regionally and stuck with it until I was 19 years old. But playing just one note at a time wasn't enough. I needed more. So I switched to the piano. When I was 20 years old and I took a weekend trip to Berlin, something inside of me shifted. I knew I couldn't stay in Germany anymore. I needed to see the world and be free. So I left to go to Australia on a working holiday visa, and before I knew it, I lived in over 30 different places. At first, I wasn't making any music. I was working construction most of the time, but I discovered raves and fell in love with the house music scene. The kindness of the people and the feeling of community in the scene was something I've never ever felt before in any club I've ever been to in my life. Then in 2021, I was in Sydney and I was feeling a little bit lost because I didn't really know what I was going to do with my life. Then in this hostel, I saw a piano and a computer. And I was asking myself, why is there a computer and the piano next to each other? When I asked the hostel manager about them, he told me that he's producing music. That moment changed everything. I downloaded FL Studio, which is the software to make music, and I started learning straight away. A few years down the track, after my visa ended in Australia, I didn't really know where to go. All I knew is that I wanted to create music, travel and live my life on my own terms. I spent a year living and working in New Zealand and now I moved to Canada. Along the way, I started DJing, because what better way is there to share your music live in front of people than performing in front of them? But every DJ knows the struggle. It was really difficult to find gigs. And exactly because of the struggle, my friend Amanda and me, aka White Rabbit, are hosting an event called The Evolution of House on May the 3rd here in Vancouver. It's basically a celebration of how house music has changed my life. But this story isn't just about music. It's about freedom, trusting your gut, stepping into the unknown and doing what sets your soul on fire, even when the path is not always clear. Because sometimes all it takes is one moment, one decision to change everything. And this is just the beginning.